It's about 24, 25, 26 hours or so from starting to see how parts of the political world across this country could take shape in the years to come, from the race for New York City mayor, which could define the Democratic Party's future, potentially, as a 34-year-old Democratic socialist is the frontrunner, to the race for governor in the purple state of Virginia, as well as the gubernatorial race in New Jersey. President Trump weighing in on both, playing up the stakes, at one point saying, quote, "A vote for the Democrats is a death wish." However, if the Democrats have a great Tuesday night, some might argue that there are still big questions that need some answering. What is the direction of the party? Would a Zohran Mamdani victory in New York City mean they need to move more left, or will they move in that direction? Mamdani himself seeming to suggest that big changes are coming.
Today, the morning before Election Day, we have not only come so far, we stand on the verge of ushering in a new day for our city.
To the panel. Full panel here with me now. Sean Spicer with us this evening, News Nation political contributor, host of the Sean Spicer Show podcast. Annalise Keller is a Republican strategist. Kurt Bardella, News Nation contributor, and Dan Cannon, former Battleground States Director for both the Biden and Harris campaigns. Hello to you all. Happy Election Eve. We got a lot going on tomorrow. I thought it was fascinating, Kurt, Dan, your side of the aisle. Let's start there, because over the weekend, President Obama, we learned, talked to Zohran Mamdani, didn't fully come out and endorse Zohran Mamdani. And I wonder if that's sort of emblematic of where your party is, which is, okay, we're watching, we're waiting, we're seeing, but at least the establishment not fully embracing.
Yeah, there are a couple things can be true at the same time here, Blake. Number one, when was the last time the New York mayor defined any political party? I don't remember Michael Bloomberg or Rudy Giuliani becoming the president of the United States ever. So why we've decided all of a sudden that the New York City mayor is the face of either political party, that seems ludicrous to me. On the flip side of it, I'm tired of Democrats being kind of halfway in, halfway out. Just own it. I mean, you're clearly having a conversation with the guy. You're being public about it. Just endorse him, because all it does is create these type of conversations where you look like, well, we want to kind of look like we're for you, but we don't want to overtly say it, which sounds idiotic to me.
I think that's right, although I will say I don't think most of the country really cares what the Democratic establishment thinks about a race in New York or anywhere else, honestly, and I'm not sure we should be waiting for that. I think the challenge they have is they want to see what happens in not just this race, but we'll talk about some of the other races in the area later, because this may be a bellwether for how they handle the House politics. Lots of contested races for Democrats, a couple of Democrats who won in Trump districts nearby, and I think they're being cautious for that reason. But I'm with Kurt. I think that be with the guy. He won the Democratic primary. He's running on costs. That's not a bad thing.
Oh, I hope you own that. Honestly, they should take Dan's advice, because if you want to take a terrorist-loving communist with all of his policies and own him, I think that you have just done the Republican Party a huge favor. We will make every Democrat answer for Zohran Mamdani next year and the policies he supports. So give him a big bear hug, embrace him, because he will become the face of the party. This isn't, I mean, to Kurt's point, here's all I'll say. You haven't never had someone this nuts and outside the mainstream to run a major American city or anything. There hasn't been a student council election with somebody this far crazy. So I hope that every Democrat has to answer and account for his policies.
Yeah, and I want to build on that, because I think not only you also have AOC and you have Bernie Sanders. These are the people that are getting the momentum in the Democratic Party right now. Those are the people that are drawing crowds. So yes, it's a mayoral race, and yes, it is a local race, but you're also seeing that everywhere. And I think the reason is affordability.
The distinction for tomorrow is going to be this. It's one thing to be a member of a legislative body, whether it's AOC or Bernie Sanders in the Senate or the House. You're now going to be an executive. So for all of this stuff, it's not just theory anymore. You actually have to do it or not do it or watch it fail, which he will do.
Why didn't Obama endorse him?
I think he's being cautious for the reasons that I articulated earlier, and who knows what he's honestly thinking there. But Sean, I want to disagree with this point that we're going to have him be the face of the party in something different.
They're going to try to.
I understand you. I disagree with your point that it's going to be any different than if you'd put AOC on every single ad in every single state, or Nancy Pelosi, or any other boogeyman. The fact is, the guy, even if I don't like all of his policies, he ran on lowering costs, and you want to make him this boogeyman, but his most compelling ad was talking about the fact that if you're a street food vendor, you got to pay like $10,000 to get a license that should cost $100, and that's why your street food costs $15, not $10. Real people get that.
Yeah.
It's good politics, and that's where the party should go.
But I'm telling you, you mentioned the other people. I mean, when I was at the RNC for 6 years, Nancy Pelosi was probably the biggest windfall that we had fundraising-wise.
Sure.
She's going to retire probably this week.
No,
Zora Mandami will take her place.
But there's always one, is my point. It's going to be
great.
somebody.
And but he's so far crazy. It's one thing, she fit the bill. She was from San Francisco. It's a very lefty thing. New York City going this far crazy left is something that everyone can identify with immediately. We're not going to have to, build him up. It will become a new thing day one.
So let me take you to where two folks agree here, because I asked all of you, agree on both sides of the aisle. I asked all of you sort of, what are you watching for? The one thing that you're watching for tomorrow. Both of you two said Virginia. Tell me why.
I'm looking at how Democrats and Republicans perform in purple counties like Loudoun County compared to the last elections. We saw Republicans make a lot of gains in some of these places, make gains with Latino and Asian American voters, especially in those outlying suburbs. I'm curious to see if that holds up to be true this time and how they run versus the Glenn Youngkin numbers from before.
Why Virginia?
Virginia traditionally votes in threes. So if you get one, you get them all, right?
You mean the governor?
The governor, you get the lieutenant governor and the AG, and that goes both parties. Tomorrow, Jason Miyares, I think, is right now just maybe outside that margin of error. And so if Democrats have a good night, does it extend to Miyares? Because I think it would say a lot that Virginians, where I vote, actually elected a guy like Jay Jones, who threatened the life of a political opponent and wanted to see the child of that political opponent die in his mother's arms. That, to me, is a bridge too far. And whether or not Virginians, even if Democrats were to have a good night, which I still think that there's hope for us on our side, whether they go that far.
I'm going to get to Dan in a second, because you're going somewhere sort of off the map, but the building here behind us, Annalise, you wonder if whatever happens tomorrow, if it impacts the shutdown here.
Yeah, there's been some speculation that Democrats are a little hesitant to end the shutdown, to roll over and not get a policy win here. So I'm really watching to see if this is the moment where they feel like, okay, we can go ahead. This is mounting pressure. You've got SNAP benefits ending. It kind of feels like this is the week before the week that the shutdown ends. And I think this is one of those pieces that needs to fall into place for Democrats to finally feel like they can come to the table and vote for a clean CR.
So all the races that are out there, you got governor's races in Virginia and New Jersey, the mayoral race in New York City, you've got Prop 50 out in California about redistricting. And Cannon texts me that he's focusing on Nassau County in New York. Why?
Yeah, the Bahamas of New York, Blake. Nassau County, Long Island, is home to a couple of very tight congressional districts, New York 3, New York 4, Tom Suozzi and Laura Gillen. But on the ballot tomorrow is the county executive race.
Okay.
There's a guy named Bruce Blakeman, not to be confused with Blake Berman.
All good.
Who was the county exec. He won by 50.3 points. I mean, just a very narrow squeaker victory.
Okay.
Seth Kozlow is a county legislator who's running as a Democrat.
Okay.
That's a close race. Not a lot of polling in a county exec race on Nassau County. But it's right next to New York City. And we get to test Sean's hypothesis in real time tomorrow, because it's same media market. Fox News has been running stuff on mamdani nonstop. If it affects that county exec race in a big way, that might be telling. On the other hand, if Democrats win that county exec race and flip it from Republican to D, I think it's very telling for where we stand in the midterms with House races, especially in New York.
You think Dan's right there?
Yeah. I agree with you, Dan.
Thank you, Kurt.
All right. Yeah.
No, it's a good point. And again, the one thing I'll caution, whether or not we have a good night or not, I think I always used to have a saying when I was at the NRCC, special elections are special for a reason. Careful, there's always lessons to be learned in an election, but trying to read the tea leaves about an election from a year from now is a big mistake too many pundits make. They go, this is what it's going to mean for the midterms. Lessons learned on both sides coming out of tomorrow, but let's not start to forecast what midterms are going to look like.
All right.
But what will we talk about tomorrow then?
Well, I'll talk to you, both of you two in the morning on Morning in America. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.